The excellent members, dear friends and comrades, the second session of the 14th National Committee of CPPCC has a number of expected members of 2,162, with 2,093 actually attending. It's reaching the quorum. So now I declare that the second session of the 14th National Committee of CPPCC opens. Please all rise up and sing the national anthem. Please take your seats. As invited, today with us we have General Secretary of CPC Central Committee, President of People's Republic of China, and Chairman of the Central Military Commission, Comrade Xi Jinping. Other leaders and comrades of the party and the nation. The members of the Standing Committee of NPC, of CPC Central Committee and the State Council, as well as the foreign ambassadors to China and overseas Chinese. Now let's give them a big hand. In today's opening, there will be three things on our agenda. Now, first and foremost, let's approve the agenda for the second session of the 14th National Committee of CPPCC. Our staff member read the agenda. For the second session of the 14th National Committee of CPPCC, agenda draft. First, listen to and deliberate on the Standing Committee's work report of the 14th National Committee. Second, listen to and deliberate on the Standing Committee's report on the work achievements of the first session of the 14th National Committee. Third, to attend the second NPC, listen to and deliberate on the government work report and other relevant reports. Fourth, deliberate and approve the second session of the 14th National Committee's political decision. Fifth, deliberate and approve the second session of the 14th National Committee's work report of the Standing Committee. Sixth, deliberate and approve the second session of the 14th National Committee's achievements made since the first session of the 14th National Committee was made. Seventh, approve the proposal committee's report on the review of the first session's report. That's the end of the announcement. So, dear members, for this agenda's draft, any opinion? If no, please applaud for the approval. Now, the second thing on the agenda, let's give the floor to Comrade Wang Huning on behalf of the Standing Committee of the 14th National Committee to deliver the work report. dear members, on behalf of the Standing Committee of the 14th National Committee of CPPCC, I would love to deliver the work report for your deliberation. First, the major work in 2023. 2023 was the beginning year to implement the instructions of the 20th National Congress. The CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, unite and lead all parties and people of all ethnicities to continue our work to make progress in steadiness. We forge ahead to conquer difficulties internally and externally. We deepen our reform and opening up. COVID-19 containment was stabilized. High-quality growth has made solid progress. Technological innovation has made breakthroughs, and we have also cemented the foundation for safe development and aggressively guarantee people's livelihood. We have completed the major targets for economic and social development and stabilized the social environment. We've made solid steps forward as to building a socialist modern country, greatly cementing people's confidence of all ethnicities. Under the firm leadership of CPC, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, the Standing Committee and the National Committee of the CPPCC committed to the Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics by comprehensively executing the instructions of the 20th National Congress and the second plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee. We have deeply understood the ideas like the two upholds for consciousness, for confidence, and we are committed to the two themes of unity and democracy and the positioning and nature of CPPCC. In consideration of the overall picture of the party and the nation, we plan out and execute the work of CPPCC to make new grounds. And on the basis of the previous sessions, we have made new achievements of all sorts of work, making new contributions to serving the party and the national undertakings. And to have a good start for the 14th CPPCC, we will make efforts on the following 4 arenas. First, continue to steer to the full leadership of CPC as to the work of CPPCC to hold ourselves to the right political direction. We are deeply aware that CPPCC is a political organization led by the Communist Party of China, so voluntarily we will practice that idea of full leadership by CPC in the different aspects of our work. Ideologically and politically and in actions, we will align ourselves with CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core. We have made a reporting list from the CPC party group and the CPPCC agency's party group to the CPC Central Committee. We stringently execute the major events reporting system. We have also formulated the mechanism of first issue and studied and executed 182 instructions by General Secretary Xi Jinping for 19 times. We have improved the execution mechanism and the work log as well as the investigation mechanism. Since the 18th National Congress, the major instructions by General Secretary Xi Jinping as to the CPPCC work has been reviewed by the CPPCC. We have studied the spirits from the National Ecological and Environmental Protection Conference, the Central Financial Affairs Work Conference, the Central Conference on our economic work, the Central Conference on the Foreign Affairs, and others. The CPPCC as well as CPPCC agencies, together with the dedicated committees, have formulated 64 working plans accordingly. Second, strengthen political training to improve our political and fulfillment capabilities. We center on the ideological and political establishment and make key efforts to work on the highlights and serve the big picture. We have made out the training plan for the members of the 14th National Committee and the CAGE's educational and training plan for the CPPCC agencies. To study and implement General Secretary Xi Jinping's major thoughts on improving the CPPCC work, we have held the workshops for the new members and the special committees members' training courses, as well as the thematic workshops for the members. In total, 8,740 people have attended the training sessions, and the members of the CPPCC Presidency's Conference took the lead to give lectures, encouraging the vast number of members and agencies' CAGEs to improve their cohesion and to cement the fundamentals in order to improve their political judgment, comprehension, and execution power, thus better serving the nation and the people. Third, improving the working mechanisms to cement the obligation fulfillment basis. We carefully implement General Secretary Xi Jinping's instructions in the 20th National Congress report as to institutionalize, standardize the CPPCC. In the efforts of learnings, trainings, investigation, field visits, consultation, communications, publicity, and reading by the members, as well as the development of the agencies, we have finalized 87 systems. We stringently execute the systems and compile 57 CPPCC systems, 171 agency-related systems. For the important systems and mechanisms, we have dedicated supervision as to their execution to fight against formalism and bureaucracy. The CPPCC agencies will work hard on the relevant system establishment so that there will be the efficient execution of accountability systems and performance evaluation system. Fourth, be problem-oriented to improve the quality of our investigation and participation in the deliberation of state affairs. We bear in mind the positioning of CPPCC to have full process standardization and optimization of our work. We committed ourselves to investigate before consultation by executing the central instructions as to the investigation. We have strengthened the investigation research work opinions and explore the system of holding a thematic research across different committees led by the presidency conference members. And for some in-depth problems, we organize different forces to follow up. So through the way of investigation, then consultation, and then re-investigation, we will dig deeper into the problems. And we will also improve the preparation of the consultation conferences to improve the professionalism and representation of the members, create conditions for the members to have a better idea about the policies and to build their consensus. From 1,755 proposals, we have selected 21 prioritized items for the state affairs discussion. And based on the general public's expectation and the center tasks, we have held several rounds of proposals and consultations for 1 year. To fulfill our functionalities, CPPCC Standing Committee has done the following. First, thoroughly study Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics through the thematic education to cement the political and ideological basis. Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics is taken as the guideline for CPPCC work, and we hold ourselves to the thought by aligning the learnings, the ideologies, and the practices, so that our knowledge, faith, and actions are allied, and all party groups and people of all ethnicities could come to the same page in action and in thoughts. We have also organized different party groups and the CPPCC agencies, the special committees, to participate in the thematic education, so that with the study together, we will highlight the party's nature, practices, and establishing new achievements. And we also have learned the selections of Xi Jinping work, excerpts of Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics, and the report of the 20th National Congress. We have held 5 CPPCC party theory learning workshops, 2 thematic reading classes, 4 presidency conference collective learnings, 3 standing committees lectures. So Xi Jinping's major instructions and the major decisions by the CPC were taken into the activities of our state affairs deliberation, so that we could improve the targeted consultation and the leading influence of our consultation. As to Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics, we have held 35 learning workshops with 690 members participating, covering 34 different sectors. We have also formulated the reading activity working plan for the CPPCC members. For example, there were 12 different reading groups to discuss about that thought. We have also come up with the theoretical work opinions guiding our members to fully consider major theories and practices when they conduct their research. We support the CPPCC Institute of Theory to hold theoretical workshop under the theme of giving play to the role of whole process people's democracy in the work of CPPCC. And there will be special columns in the journals of CPPCC agencies, and the CPPCC party group members and special committees, party secretary, the local CPPCC comrades, and the CPPCC members' theoretical learning articles have been published through the different channels. And through such learnings and research, our members and cadres have a deeper understanding about Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics. And while we study the theories, we also investigate and reform. We have solicited opinions from the previous CPPCC leaders and cadres, the comrades from special committees, CPPCC members, cadres of CPPCC agencies, and the CPPCC at different provincial levels. And according to the plan, we have corrected our behaviors in 69. And second, as to the major arrangements of the 20th National Congress, we have taken some tasks to serve the party and the central work of our nation. We have implemented the approved annual consultation plan by the CPC Central Committee by holding thematic deliberation conference of the Standing Committee, thematic consultation conferences, bi-weekly workshops, and remote consultation conferences, the proposal consultation conference, sector-based consultation conferences, and experts consultation conferences. In total, there were about 94 sessions with 1,587 people attending, and 1,602 speeches were given. And we have also held some thematic standing committees meetings, for example, themed under establishing new development landscape for Chinese modernization, improving technological innovation system, to execute the innovation-driven development strategy. As to the other tasks like the modernized industrial system building, industrial chain, supply chain resilience building, and improving the core technologies breakthroughs, improving the quality of the masses, and optimizing the private enterprises development environment, we have held a series of investigations as to urbanization, real estate market, steady development. We have held 4 macroeconomy workshops, as well as the member discussions of our economy to cement our development confidence. We also held some thematic meetings under the framework of Standing Committee. For example, ecological and environmental protection to build a beautiful China. And the environment and resource sectors were invited in to pave the way for the battle against pollution, to accelerate green development and low-carbon development, to promote the Yangtze River Economic Belt development and the Yellow River Delta ecological protection and high-quality growth. With the rule of law, we are promoting the natural preserve system development, strengthen desertification control efforts, and as to issues like new pollutants control, new energy industry, recycling, ecological product value realization, the national water network establishment, we have also conducted some research. We also held thematic consultation conferences under the theme of Chinese civilization, communication, and influence to carry on the fine Chinese traditional culture and to communicate about them globally. We also boost digital culture industry development and integrate culture with tourism to serve the cause of building a strong culture-based country. And also we enlarge the scope of participation in the state affairs to add the number of speakers. For example, we have enhanced the number of attendees in the bi-weekly consultation conferences. We also communicate with local people's consultation conferences as to the discussions. And for 10 major issues, we have some special democratic supervision with 92 attendees. We also nominate 21 members to be the supervisors of the National Commission of Supervision and 30 members to serve in the Supreme People's Court and 10 members to serve in the Ministry of Public Security.
Third, take the people-centered approach and improve people's livelihood. We perform our duties for the people and mobilize our members to serve the people. We organized the symposium on coordinating urban-rural development and advancing rural revitalization in order to promote high-quality employment and avoid falling back into poverty, deliver satisfactory education and improve the modern vocational education system and enhance skills innovation and balance the regional distribution of medical resources and develop the elderly care industry and modernize city-level social governance and conduct consultations on the teaching system of middle school and primary schools, on accelerating the elderly adaptation mechanism and improve the support mechanisms for birth. And we also carried out serving the people campaigns and introduced a number of science lectures amongst the members. A total of 44 lectures have been organized to publicize the laws and relevant knowledge. And we also encouraged the members of the CPPCC in the fields of medical and health, sports, culture, and science and technology to go to grassroots communities to support schooling, to aid the vulnerable, to engage in technical trainings, and to engage in legal assistances. A total of more than 2,480 such activities have been organized so as to mobilize all the members to discharge their responsibilities and duties. We also focused on regular works and improved the performance of our duties, and we have strengthened our coordination, downsized various delegations so as to avoid the repetition of our performance of duties and reduce the burdens at the grassroots level. We have organized special investigations and inspections at the Special Consultation Agency level. A total of more than 138 such inspections have been organized. A total of 17 inspection delegations have been formed involving 202 members, 81 such inspections involving more than 600 members. We also set up the CPPCC Investigation magazine, and we have amended the ordinance on proposal work and improved the work quality on submitting, handling, supervising, and evaluating the proposals. And we have collected a total of 5,621 proposals. 4,791 of them have been handled, reaching a rate of 99.9%. A total of 1,982 members have submitted their proposals, and 1,811 of them are the original proposer of these proposals. We also introduced the collection of major proposals. And we also formulated rules to reflect the opinions and feedbacks from the society, and we have received a total of 43,995 articles from the society, among which 6,010 articles have been adopted. A total of 1,154 members have submitted 7,421 articles, among which 1,700 of them have been adopted. And we also introduced 1,063 editions of different magazines, and we have submitted 594 editions of them to the CPC Central Committee, to the State Council and relevant organizations. A total of 233 editions of information and magazines have been published, collecting the remarks of CPPCC members and their discussions and investigations and consultations. A total of 76 reports have been submitted to the national level. The CPPCC magazine has also published 680 articles on major activities of CPPCC members, and there were also 2,278 duty reports of CPPCC members. The CPPCC magazine also covered 278 events of the CPPCC members at various levels, and we have collected 901 written speeches and 65 oral presentations. The People's Daily and the CPPCC magazine have also published 818 bi-monthly consultation minutes and standing committee meetings of the CPPCC. We also formulated a liaison mechanism with the society. A total of more than 6,800 such activities have been carried out, and the compilation scheme for the 14th CPPCC material selection has been published. 11 such consultations have been organized, supporting face-to-face consultation with 324 members of the CPPCC from 19 bureaus. We also mobilized 808 party cadres to conduct self-reviews, and we have formulated the CPPCC inspection agency, which rolled out a 5-year plan covering the inspection of 10 special committees in the next few years. We also support the Central Discipline Inspection to conduct their efforts and work at the CPPCC, and we have organized 7 rounds of evaluations so as to ensure the safe operation of the CPPCC. Fifth, leverage the role of United Front so as to promote the harmonious relationship between different political parties, ethnic groups, religions, social classes, and between Chinese and Chinese compatriots living overseas. We integrate uniformity and diversity so as to expand the common ground and draw the largest concentric circles. Leverage the CPPCC as one important political format of the new type of political systems in China. Relevant special committees have joined the central headquarters of democratic parties and the All China Federation of Business and Commerce in 5 key meetings. Non-party affiliates and members from the All China Federation of Business and Commerce and from other political parties have submitted a total of 563 proposals and 144 speeches made to the CPPCC Congress. We also established a liaison mechanism with all the members and strengthened our communication. These opinions have been adopted by relevant authorities. We also conducted 11 inspection tours involving members with no party affiliations. 828 CPPC members who are also CPC members have established liaison relations with 1,157 members without any party affiliations. We have also strengthened the communication mechanism with intellectuals, with figures from the private economy and new social class groups. We have mobilized the learnings on how to implement China's governance strategy in Tibet, and we have conducted more than 10 investigations regarding how to localize the Muslims in Xinjiang, Tibet, as well as in Sichuan province. In the meantime, we have consolidated the training of common awareness as Chinese nationals. We have organized relevant members to support the teaching and training in various sectors. At the same time, we have mobilized youth from Macau and Hong Kong to learn more about the overall development pattern of the mainland by focusing on cross-strait cooperation and gathering opinions across the two sides of the strait. We have organized the 6th cross-strait governance forum focusing on the issues at the grassroots. We also received 367 visits from overseas compatriots, and those have helped to consolidate the contributions of overseas Chinese and gathering their opinions. 6th, we have engaged in friendly international relations so as to serve the overall diplomatic work of the party and the country. Following the overall scheme of China's diplomatic efforts, we have carried out a number of public diplomacy and people-to-people exchanges, think tank level diplomatic work so as to build a favorable external environment for the country. We have organized 23 visits to more than 200 organizations in 50 countries. We have also established ties with 41 think tanks overseas and 12 civil organizations from overseas. At the same time, we have organized 3 events featuring the visits of diplomatic envoys from international organizations and foreign countries, and also scholars of the Oriental Scholarship. This involved 25 international organizations and 84 countries and 2,100 people. This is of great significance in helping the outside to understand the whole process of people's democracy and the CPPCC of China. We also set up the China-Africa friendliness team at the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. This is of great significance in supporting the international symposium on inter-religious exchanges and the construction of a community of shared future for mankind. It also played a very important role in supporting the 2023 China Economic and Social Forum, focusing on the theme of openness, development, civilization, and a community of shared future for mankind. We also mobilized CPPCC members to publicize the results of the 3rd Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation so as to showcase an image of China that is trustworthy and respectable. Dear members, the achievement that we have achieved over the past year is indispensable from the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, and also the scientific guideline of Xi Jinping's thought of socialism with Chinese characteristics. It is also the result of united efforts of all the CPPCC members and all the organizations. Here, on behalf of the National Committee of CPPCC, I'd like to pay my heartfelt thanks to all the members. At the same time, we must be mindful of the deficiencies of our work. There is a lack of systematic research and study on some of the major issues. There is also a lack of deep consultations. There is a deficiency in supervision, and there's also deficiencies in our systems. All these deficiencies must be offset in our work going forward. Second, key tasks in 2024. 2024 marks the 75th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. It's a crucial year for the 14th Five-Year Plan. It also marks the 75th anniversary of the founding of the CPPCC. We must follow the guidance of Xi Jinping's thought of socialism with Chinese characteristics for the new era, follow the two establishing, strengthen for consciousness and for confidences, and practice the two maintenances and follow the spirit of the Chinese CPC National Congress and the second plenary session of the Chinese CPC National Congress. We must uphold the leadership of the CPC Central Committee and stick with consultative democracy and strengthen the united front and make new contributions to the accomplishment of the economic and social development targets in the new year. We must uphold the CPC leadership in the work of the CPPCC. CPC leadership is the original characteristic of the CPPCC. It has been a fundamental political principle over the past 75 years since the CPPCC has been established. It is also the fundamental guarantee for the success of the CPPCC. We must advocate the fine traditions, remember our political responsibilities, and uphold the centralized and uniform leadership of the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, and also grasp the fundamental political characteristics of the CPPCC and its various organizations so as to practice the CPC leadership in everything we do, such as democratic consultations, supervision, and the consolidation of our consensus and investigations, as well as the building of the CPPCC itself. We must also be continuously armed by the innovative theories of the party. The Xi Jinping thought of socialism with Chinese characteristics for the new era is a guiding principle and ideology that we must adhere to in a long time. We need to consolidate the results of party-themed education, internalize our learning, and carry out regular learning and reading activities so as to translate what we have learned into real capabilities in political consultation, in democratic supervision, and in participation of political affairs, so as to contribute to high-quality development. We must strengthen theoretical studies and focus on the scientific systems, connotations of Xi Jinping's thought of socialism with Chinese characteristics, so as to improve the overall capacity of CPPCC members in discharging their responsibilities and duties. We need to grasp the opportunity of the 75th anniversary of the founding of the CPPCC to mobilize more members and people of all all walks of society to consolidate the political advantage of Chinese socialism and make new progress of the CPPCC. At the same time, we must make new contributions to China's modernization. We need to leverage the role of special consultation organizations focus on major decisions and strategies of the CPPCC. We need to implement the 2024 consultation plans of the CPPCC, which is approved by the CPC Central Committee. This requires that we put our members at the very center to carry out investigations, to travel to the grassroots to understand people's appeals, and to collect feedback so as to make our proposals more targeted and more precise. And this is also requiring us to implement the whole process people's democracy so as to serve more scientific and democratic decision-making. We must be committed to drawing the largest concentric circles. The CPPCC is the broadest united front, and we need to grasp the work and the patterns of the public mass so as to get down to substantial work and enable that our CPPCC members can play a liaison role and can truly serve the general public. We need to strengthen the leadership of ideology and inspire and encourage more people using the great blueprint of Chinese modernization so as to consolidate our consensus and unite Chinese men and women of all ethnic groups to contribute positively to the growth of the nation. And we must also tell the Chinese story well and amplify the voice of China at the global arena. Dear members, to succeed in the CPPCC work in a new era, we need to improve our capacity in discharging our duties. We must follow the instruction of General Secretary Xi Jinping regarding the CPPCC work and discipline and integrity, strengthen the building of two teams, improve and enhance our political judgment, political awareness, and execution of our duties, get down to substantial work, and follow through the 8-point discipline rules of the CPC Central Committee and the fight against formalism and bureaucracy so as to demonstrate the image of CPPCC members in a new era. We must also deepen the reforms of political organs, improve our work mechanisms, make our work more plan-based, systemic, targeted, more effective, and also improve the overall qualification of our cadres so as to continue the fight against the corruption and constantly improve the level of integrity of all CPPC's members. Eventually, we are going to build an exemplary political organization that is welcomed and recognized by the party and the people. Dear members, solidarity will lead to strength, and let us unite more firmly under the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core. Let's unite our strengths and forces and open a new chapter of CPPCC in a new era and make tireless efforts in building socialism with Chinese characteristics and in achieving the great national rejuvenation of the Chinese nation.